for the Top, the contest that challenges the knowledge and quick recall of high school students from all over Ontario. Today, North Toronto Collegiate Institute meets Earl Haig Claude Watson Secondary School in the Toronto Regional Semi-Final. Competing on the North Toronto team, Katie Simonson, Ian McTavish, John Hatton, and Rob Perry, and their coach, Mr. Ron Raymer. Competing on the Earl Haig team, Mohan Rajagopal, Jason Berman, Adam Udlis, and Dale Fallon, and their coach, Ms. Gloria Howard. Hello, I'm John Karras, and that excitement you hear in the studio today is all about today's semi-final match. The winners of today's game go on to the final next week. Let's get on to our game without any further ado. Our man with all the questions and all the answers, as usual, Mr. Harry Brown.
Thank you very much, John. Thank you, and welcome to Reach for the Top this afternoon. These two teams, as we know, are in the semi-final of the Toronto Regionals. We'd like you to meet our judge. He's Bob Curries, who is a professor at Ryerson Polytechnical Institute, and all of his decisions are final, and he's really cruel about them. Okay, ready with the buttons and the buzzers, and let's go with the first questions. 10 points for each correct answer here, teams. What was the name of Citizen Kane's Florida? Yes, Adam?
Rosebud.
Rosebud is not the correct answer. John Hatton?
Xanadu?
Xanadu is the correct answer for the mansion that he had in Florida in the 1941 movie. Good for you, John, and North Toronto is on the scoreboard with 10 points. What is the name of the ballpark in Chicago? Dale Fallon.
Comiskey Park.
Not correct. I'll finish the question. Hey, what's going on? I'll finish the question for North Toronto. What is the name of the ballpark in Chicago? The only Major League Baseball stadium not equipped with lights for night baseball. Rob Perry.
Wrigley Field.
Wrigley Field is correct for 10 points. Listen carefully. What is the 48th state admitted to the United States Union in 1912? Rob Perry, North Toronto.
New Mexico.
Not New Mexico. Anybody at Earl Haig? Yes, Dale?
Wyoming.
No, it was Arizona. Arizona. And finally, in this collection of snappers, what was American patriot Paul Revere's profession? Dale Fallon?
He was a silversmith.
Yes, he was a silversmith indeed. 10 points for Earl Haig, and everybody's on the score. This is a history question, 10 points for each correct answer. Ready with the buzzers again. This happened 151 years ago on March the 17th, 1834. A baby was born who was destined to become the world's first motorcyclist. He was born in a region of what modern country? Dale Fallon.
Germany.
Germany is correct for 10 points. For 10 points, what was his name? Dale Fallon.
Mercedes.
No, it was not Mercedes. What was his name? Anybody at North? Yes, Rob Perry?
Benz.
No. His name was Gottlieb Daimler. Daimler. Another tribute to him can be found in the name of another German car. It bears the name Adam Udlis.
Mercedes-Benz.
We'll take Mercedes for 10 points. Good for you, Adam. A 10-point special, we're going to show you something on your monitors teams. Be careful with this one. These are the last words spoken by the title figure of a famous play. John Hatton, North Toronto.
Cyrano de Bergerac.
Cyrano de Bergerac is correct for 10 points. And now we have an open question on fictional women, 10 points for each correct answer. Questions, we would like to know who the creators of the various fictional women we will give you. We want to know the names of the creators. First of all, Hester Prynne. Adam Udlis.
Hawthorne.
Yes is correct for 10 points. Nathaniel Hawthorne. Who created Jane Eyre? John Hatton, North Toronto.
Emily Bronte.
Not Emily Bronte. Anybody at Adam?
Charlotte Bronte.
Charlotte Bronte is correct for 10 points. And Mrs. Sowerby. Mrs. Sowerby. John Hatton, North Toronto.
Dickens.
Dickens is correct for 10 points. We now have a team question worth 35 points, 5 points for the scrambler, and then the team winning the scramble goes on to answer the other 10-point questions in the rest of the series. Scramble for 5. Words which are identical to each other in sound, in spelling. John Hatton.
Synonym.
Not synonym. I'll finish the scramble for Earl Haig. Words which are identical to each other in sound, in spelling, or in both sound and spelling, but have different meanings and origins are called what? Adam Udlis.
Homonym.
Homonyms is correct for 5 points. 5 points for Earl Haig, 10 points for each correct answer in the following questions dealing with homonyms. I will give you 2 definitions. We would like the homonym that fits both definitions. A religious ceremony and a just claim or title. Mohan?
Right.
Right is correct for 10 points. Motionless and a phantom or false idea. Time's up for idle or idle. A natural temperament or courage, and an elementary substance possessing opacity, plasticity, conductivity, and luster. Adam?
Earl.
No, we're looking for metal. Metal there. Now we go to an open question worth 40 points, 10 points for each correct answer, on the subject of Fredericton, New Brunswick. I'm sure you know everything that there is to know about Fredericton. The city was named by Loyalists around 1785 in honor of Frederick, the only son of which British monarch? Dale Fallon, Earl Haig.
George the Fourth.
Not George the Fourth. North Toronto? Yes, Rob.
George the Second.
No, it was George the Third, Mr. In-Between. Fredericton lies on what river in southwestern Dale Fallon?
St. John.
The St. John River is correct for 10 points.
It's a good time for the great day.
The McDonald's Bacon Double Cheeseburger has been so successful, we're going to keep the sizzle going until March 31st. That's right, a little more time to enjoy that great taste of 2 100% pure beef patties, a slice of processed cheese, and sizzling bacon. The McDonald's Bacon Double Cheeseburger for only $1.49. Now held over until March 31st.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
Better hurry.
Sensations of this pastry with whipped cream and chocolate icing, but you can win 10 points for your team if you're able to give us the English meaning of the original French word after which the confection is named. Mohan?
Light.
Light is not correct. Anybody at North Toronto? Time's up for lightning. Lightning. Close, Mohan, but as they say, no eclair. We now come to our Who Am I question, and this is worth 40 points off the top, 10 points for each. 10 points will be diminished after I give you additional clues. As we begin, the question is worth 40 points. Listen carefully. I was born in New Orleans. As a child, I followed brass bands around the streets. Rob Perry.
Louis Armstrong.
Louis Armstrong is correct for 40 points for North Toronto. Now we come to a puzzler, and these puzzlers are puzzlers with a difference. I want you to listen carefully to the clues given and then give me the answers. A common phrase or word represented by letters and arrangements. This is an example. I don't want you to answer this one, John. I show you this arrangement, and you will look at it, and you will immediately come up with the sporting expression represented by the puzzle is 1 over par. Signed, Anxious. Hey, Rob. Okay, now we're in earnest, and here's your first one. This is a mathematical term. Mohan?
Square roots.
Not correct. Can we go to North Toronto for the correct answer? Ian?
Square root sign.
Square root sign is correct. The answer was given on the monitor, I'm afraid, a little early. I'm sorry about that, Ian. We'll have to throw it out. Listen for, watch for the next one. And here it comes. We're looking for a popular game. Adam?
Backgammon.
Backgammon is correct for 10 points. Here is the next one, and we're looking for a state of disorder. Katie Simonson?
Upside down.
Upside down is good for 10 points. We didn't get all of that in, but you got the correct answer anyway. Now, we are looking for the answer to this next one, which is a clue often heard at Christmas time. Anybody? Seize on greetings. Okay, here's an open question, 10 points for each correct answer on Canadians with nicknames. We want you to identify the noteworthy Canadians behind these nicknames. Ready for 10 points. The Voice of Doom, Dale Fallon.
Lorne Green.
Lorne Green is good for 10 points. America's Sweetheart, Dale Fallon.
Mary Pickford.
Mary Pickford is good for 10 points. And Old Tomorrow. Old Tomorrow. Sir John A. Macdonald, the first Prime Minister of Canada. He'll be devastated when he hears you didn't get his name. Here's John with an update on our score.
We've had a very close game so far today. Earl Haig, Claude Watson just shading ahead, 115 to North Toronto's 90. We're back with more questions in just a moment.
It's a good time for the great day.
The McDonald's Bacon Double Cheeseburger has been so successful, we're going to keep the sizzle going until March 31st. That's right, a little more time to enjoy that great taste of two 100% pure beef patties, a slice of processed cheese, and sizzling bacon. McDonald's Bacon Double Cheeseburger for only $1.49. Now held over until March 31st.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
Better hurry.
Reach for the Top has arranged various prizes for the schools participating in the program. Our regional champions will receive the Reach for the Top trophy as well as a $1,000 grant from the CBC, and our second runner-up teams will win a $500 grant from the CBC. Our teams will also receive a selection of books provided by Methuen Publications of Canada. Reach for the Top consists of 5 rounds leading to the Toronto Regional Championship. The winner of today's game goes on to the Toronto Regional Final against Westdale Secondary School next week. As each fight progresses, the teams move up until the divisional finals in May as our students reach for the top. And that's what we're going to do right now. Back to more questions with Harry Brown.
Thank you, John. And our first is a video question, 10 points for each correct answer. We're going to be showing you some pictures on your monitors, your television sets at home. See if you can answer the questions along with our contestants here in the studio. On landscapes, teams, landscapes. Watch your monitors and listen for the questions. A group of 7 member painted this. John Hatton or Toronto?
Lauren Harris?
No, I'll finish the question. A group of 7 member, first name Alexander, painted this. His name, please. Dale Fallon?
A.Y. Jackson.
A.Y. Jackson is correct for 10 points. Here's our next picture, coming up on your monitors now. Dale Fallon?
Turner.
Turner is correct for 10 points. That's anticipation of a rare order, Dale. Here's our next picture. John Hatton?
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh is correct for 10 points. And here is our next picture. The artist loved to travel by canoe and paint John Hatton or Toronto.
Tom Thompson.
Tom Thompson is good for 10 points. An open question on the dance, 10 points for each correct answer. We're going to play some music for you now. We want you to identify the dance or form of dance associated with the following selections of music, and there'll be a clue if you need it. Here's our first piece of music. Listen carefully. Ian McTavish, North Toronto.
Charleston.
The Charleston is good for 10 points, Ian. Popularized actress. John Hatton, North Toronto.
Ballet.
Ballet is good for 10 points. Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake. Here's our next piece of music. John Hatton, North Toronto.
The rumba.
The rumba is good for 10 points. The Jamaican rumba. Listen. John Hatton, North Toronto.
Waltz.
The waltz it is indeed. The treasure waltz. Good for 10 points. We have a very close game. We come now to the assigned question. 10 points for each correct answer. If you miss it, you're the member of the opposite number, or your opposite number on the other team will have a chance to answer the same question for 5 points, and so on. I'll name a TV spin-off, and you name the show from which it was spun off. Okay? We'll go Katie and Mohan, and then Ian and Jason, Adam and John, and Rob and Dale across the board, and so on. To you, Katie, first of all, The Facts of Life was a spin-off from...
Happy Days?
No, do you know, Mohan?
Different Strokes.
Different Strokes is good for 5 points. Mohan, here's your question. Fish was a spin-off from... No consultation here.
No,
Katie, do you know? No. We're looking for Barney Miller. Barney Miller. Okay, Ian, here's your 10-point question. Knots Landing was a spin-off from...
Dallas.
Dallas is correct for 10 points. Jason, maybe your little friend in front of you can answer this with you. Rhoda was a spin-off from...
Mary Tyler Moore.
Mary Tyler Moore is correct for 10 points. Haig and Watson brought their mascot today. Now we go to John Hatton and Adam Udlis. John, here's your question. Lou Grant was a spin-off from...
Mary Tyler Moore.
Mary Tyler Moore is good for 10 points. Adam, here's yours. Good Times, a spin-off from...
Ah.
Time's up. John Hatton, do you know?
Jeffersons?
No, it's a spin-off from Maud. And now, Rob Perry, here is your question. Laverne and Shirley, a spin-off from...
Happy Days.
Happy Days is correct for 10 points. And Dale Fallon, Trapper John M.D., a spin-off from...
MASH.
MASH is correct for 10 points. An open video question on paintings of the Western frontier. Open to any member of either team. Correct answers, 10 points each. Watch the monitors and listen for the questions. Here's the first picture. Frederick Remington painted this warrior of what famous tribe of the Southwest? Rob Perry.
Mandan?
No, it isn't. Anybody at... Yes, Dale?
Apache?
Apache is correct for 10 points. Here's our next picture. Paul Kane painted this Indian encampment. Yes, Mohan.
Sioux?
No, I'll finish the question for North Toronto. Paul Kane painted this Indian encampment by which Great Lake? Ian?
Superior?
No, it was a giveaway. It was Lake Huron. Lake Huron. Here's our next picture. Watch carefully and listen for the question. George Caleb Bingham painted this work of fur traders traveling on the Mississippi's longest tributary. Ian McTavish.
Missouri?
Missouri is correct for 10 points. And finally, here's another picture. Krieghoff painted this settler's log house. We want the artist's first name. John Hatton or
Cornelius.
Cornelius, good for 10 points. We have a Quizler, and John has a collection of items brought to us from the Royal Ontario Museum, and we're most grateful to the people at the ROM for allowing John to borrow these articles. We promise he'll have them back right after the show. Here's the first item. This is a piece of halite. What's Adam Odless?
Quartz.
No. The question, yes, Ian?
Salt?
Salt is correct for 10 points. Common rock salt. Here's the next piece of an artifact from the Royal Ontario Museum. This is a piece of silicon dioxide. Rob Perry.
Quartz.
That is quartz. Good for you, Rob. Here's our next artifact. This mineral has a name. Katie Simonson?
Mica?
Mica is correct for 10 points. And finally, John has this, a piece of FeS2, iron pyrites. Mohan.
Fool's Gold.
Fool's Gold is good for 10 points. And our sincere thanks to the Royal Ontario Museum for letting John borrow those items. He's on his way back with you with them right now. And so I'll have to give the score while we review things. North Toronto 230, Earl Haig 180. We'll be back after these messages.
In the Broadway musical Zorba.
This is how the time goes by.
Anthony Quinn is Zorba. Get your tickets to the Broadway legend.
Exciting new collections from Thomasville Furniture have finally arrived in Toronto and will be available exclusively through Mueller Interiors. These exquisitely designed bedroom and dining room suites are an exceptional value, but will only be available until the end of the month and only at Mueller Interiors. Lift your creative decorating ideas to new heights by visiting Toronto's most talked about home furnishings display, the Thomasville Gallery, only at Mueller Interiors. Affordable quality you'll be proud to own.
Thank you, Toronto. Toronto Chrysler dealers are out to show their thanks for your business with the biggest sale in Chrysler history. This week, save $1,322 on Canada's #1 selling compacts, Aries and Reliant. You get automatic at no extra cost on Omni and Horizon. We're offering as much as $1,781 off Ram Tough Dodge trucks. And every car is covered by Chrysler's exclusive 5-year, 80,000-kilometer powertrain warranty. So hurry to your Toronto Chrysler dealer. We're saying thank you, Toronto, by giving our best to you.
When you're in the mood for a haircut, ever worry about the mood your stylist might be in? Why surrender to somebody else's mood? At First Choice Haircutters, it's what you want that counts.
Check your local weekend newspaper for discount coupons.
We've had a turnaround in the score since the last break. North Toronto 230 to Earl Haig's 180. It's still anyone's game. Let's see who takes this semifinal. Harry, more questions, please.
Here we go with another picture that we're going to show you on your monitors, people at home and teams here in the studio. A 10-point special. Dale Fallon.
Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia, yes, the provincial shield. Good for 10 points for Earl Haig. Here's an open question on crimes and criminals. 10 points for each correct answer. Listen carefully. On June the 22nd, 1934, the ambush death of which Depression-era bank robber happened? Dale.
John Derringer.
It was John... Anybody at Ian McTavish?
Dillinger.
John Dillinger is correct for 10 points. Who wrote the novel The Executioner's Song based on the exploits of Adam Udlis?
Norman Mailer.
Norman Mailer is good for 10 points. Which Canadian political figure was shot to death in Ottawa by a Fenian?
Thomas Darcy McGee.
Thomas Darcy McGee is good for 10 points. An open question on math. 10 points for each correct answer. Get ready to jot down the correct answer. Mary is 4 times as old as John. The sum of their ages is 30. How old is John? Mohan.
6.
He's 6. That's right, Mohan. How many real roots does a quadratic equation have if it's... Yes, John?
2.
I'll have to finish the question for Earl Haig. That's not the correct answer. How many real roots does a quadratic equation have if its discriminant is minus 16? Jason?
None.
None is correct for 10 points. Excluding 1, what are the prime factors of 30? Mohan.
3, 5, and that's it.
Ian McTavish?
2, 3, and 5.
2, 3, and 5 is correct for 10 points. An open question on Shakespearean quotes. 10 points for each correct answer. Give the title of the play that the following quotations are taken from. Our revels now are ended. These our actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits and are melted into... Katie Simonson.
Midsummer Night's Dream?
No, I'll finish it for Earl Haig. Are melted into air, into thin air. Anybody at Earl Haig? No? Adam?
Hamlet.
No, it was Prospero talking in The Tempest. Here's the next one. Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I. It is not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force his soul so to his own deceit. Didn't believe... Dale.
Much Ado About Nothing.
No, it isn't. Anybody? Yes, Ian.
Hamlet.
It is Hamlet, indeed. Actually, Hamlet taken from the name of the mascot brought by Earl Haig. Here's the next one. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be. Mohan.
Midsummer Night's Dream.
And Midsummer Night's Dream, and that was tough. A team question worth 35 points, 5 for the scramble, and the team winning the scramble, of course, goes on to answer the other questions at 10 points each. What branch of biology deals with the life, structure, growth, and classification of plants? Jason.
Botany.
Botany is correct for 5 points. The remaining questions deal with the study of botany. Listen carefully. Identify the various plants that from the clues given. This plant is native to North America, east of the Rockies, is found only in swampy, peaty, or wet places. Insects attracted to it are trapped in leaves and later digested, and it's the floral Adam Udlis.
Venus flytrap.
No, it isn't. The answer was the pitcher plant. It's the floral emblem of a place called Newfoundland. Listen carefully now. A species of tall, erect, annual herb belonging to the evening primrose family. It's noted for its growth in burned-out areas after forest fires. What is its common name? Yes, Dale?
Poplar?
No, it's fireweed. Fireweed. And you can listen for the whole question here because nobody's pressing you on the timing of the question. These climbing orchid plants are native to the tropical jungles. They have thick-stemmed vines with seed pods which can be used to make a particular flavoring. To what genus do these plants belong? Time's up. The clue was flavoring, and we're looking for vanilla. Vanilla. An open question on music, 10 points for each correct answer. You won't need to listen, just listen to the question. What group had a hit in 1978 with Beth? Dale Fallon.
Kiss.
Kiss is correct for 10 points. Who recorded the album Snowbird? Adam Udlis.
Anne Murray.
Anne Murray is correct for 10 points. And who wrote the score for Star Wars? Adam Udlis.
Williams.
Williams is correct for 10 points. The score at the moment is Earl Haig 275, North Toronto 260. And now we go to the snappers. 10 points for each correct answer. Ready with the buzzers. On which hill in Athens is the Parthenon located? Mohan.
The Acropolis.
The Acropolis is correct for 10 points. Who founded the American Red Cross Society in 1881? Rob Perry.
Barton.
Barton is correct for 10 points. What was the name of the prize-winning pig in the movie State Fair? Dale?
Hamilton.
No. Anybody? Yes, Rob?
Lucy.
No, it was Blue Boy. What was the name of the 1950s drive-in restaurant in the movie American Graffiti? Dale Fallon.
Arnold's.
No, it was not Arnold's. Anybody in North Toronto? Yes, Ian?
Joe's.
No, it was Mel's. What's the name of the United States Naval Academy's football team? Dale Fallon?
The Blue Met.
No, not correct. Anybody? Yes, Rob?
The Midshipman.
The Midshipman. Good for 10 points. Who was the secretary to M, James Bond's boss? Mohan?
Miss Moneypenny.
Miss Moneypenny is correct for 10 points. What is Romeo's family name in... Katie?
Capulet?
No, not Capulet. What is Romeo's family name? Yes, Jason?
Montague.
Montague is correct for 10 points. What was the name of the hill in Jerusalem where Jesus was crucified? Rob Perry?
Calvary.
Calvary is correct for 10 points. Whose pen name is Currer Bell? Currer Bell. John Haddon?
George Eliot.
No. Anybody at Earl Haig? And that's the time. Earl Haig 305, North Toronto 290. Here's John Terry.
And that means that Earl Haig Claude Watson Secondary School goes on to meet Westdale Secondary School in the Toronto Regional Finals. We hope you'll join us 1 week from today for that exciting match and a conclusion to this year's Reach for the Top.